I went to the gym this morning and I saw this guy and he said he was trying to lose some weight. And so he said, I've been doing cardio for 45 minutes every single day because I'm just trying to get jacked and shredded and just get super lean. And I said to him, hey man, you don't have to do 45 minutes of cardio a day. And he goes, well, I'm 24. I mean, I have the time and this is what my body needs. And I really do feel like this is the thing. I'm not 40 years old. Like I can do this. And I was like, first of all, I'm not 40. And second of all, you do not have to do tons and tons of cardio to lose fat or look a certain way. So today, I'm going to talk to you all about why more cardio should not be a New Year's resolution. Now, we have all been there because I've been there. I've been 24 before. It was a long time ago, but it's fine. Feeling like the answer to weight loss or looking a certain way or having some sort of body recomp means more cardio. Just do more, and more cardio. And you're sweating buckets and you're running yourself to the ground, and then the scale doesn't budge at all. And you're wondering, well, I've been doing so much cardio. I've been sweating. I'm exhausted. I have probably lower energy. Why isn't the scale going down? Does this sound familiar? Now, more cardio does not mean more fat loss. In fact, it actually could be holding you back. Cardio is often the go-to for weight loss, and more cardio does not actually mean better results. So in this episode, I am going to be breaking down why endless hours on the treadmill, the bike, or the elliptical might not be getting you closer to your goals, and why it might be holding you back. And I'm going to share what you should be focusing on to get that long, lean, strong body that you want. So let's get into why and what you can do instead to hit your goals. Now, first and foremost, this is not me saying don't do cardio. So keep that in mind as I walk you through this. Cardio is good for your health. Cardio is great for your cardiovascular health. It's great for endurance. There's so many great aspects to it. But if you are really wanting to change your body and have some fat loss in that process, but also gain a little bit of muscle and have some body recomposition, then the endless amount of cardio may not actually get you there. So here's why cardio alone does not lead to lasting weight loss. So first and foremost, your body adapts. Now, when you start doing cardio, especially if you're just new to it or just ramping up your effort, your body works hard to meet the energy demands. So you burn a significant amount of calories initially because your body hasn't adapted to that activity. But here's the thing, our bodies are incredibly smart. We don't give them enough credit. And they're designed to adapt to repeat stressors. Over time, your body becomes more efficient at cardio in any specific workout you do. Over time, your body becomes more efficient at that cardio workout. So let me just give you an example. Let me paint an example for you. If you run 5 miles today, 5 miles. I can't remember the last time I ran 5 miles in a row. Let's call it 3 miles. If you ran 3 miles, like a 5K, your body might burn, I don't know, let's say 250 to 300 calories. But if you keep running that same 5K every day for weeks or months, your body adjusts to the movement, learns how to use less energy to do the same task, and means that you actually burn fewer calories for that same effort. This is because your cardiovascular system gets stronger, your muscles adapt from the workload, and your body conserves energy wherever possible to protect itself from what it perceives as stress. So while it feels like maybe you're working just as hard, the calorie burn isn't as high. And this is why people often hit a plateau when it comes to cardio, because you're putting in the same efforts and they're not actually seeing that continued fat loss. So let's break it down even more than that. Your body is built for survival. It will always find the most effective way to perform repetitive tasks. I mean, think of the way you do the laundry or how you get to bed at night or any sort of routine. Like, your body's designed for repetitive tasks, and it's designed to be as efficient as it possibly can. So progress requires change, just like new habits require change, and your body needs to be put under different stressors to actually see that change. If you keep doing the same cardio routine at the same intensity and duration, like that 5K every day or several times a week, you'll eventually stop seeing results because your body no longer has to try as hard. And really, more isn't better. So, doubling your cardio time may seem like the answer because you're like, okay, let me just double that 5K and do a 10K. Gosh, we're getting a lot of miles in right now. But that might not be the answer. It tends to lead to burnout. Can you imagine doing a 10K every day? Not me, not me. Also, it might lead to muscle loss because of all the cardio you're doing and increased hunger, which is not really necessarily better for fat loss. Now, here is the bottom line. If you are running that 5K every day and wondering why the scale won't budge, it's because your body actually outsmarted you. To keep progressing, you need to shift your focus to methods that challenge your body in new ways, like resistance training, aka strength training, and progressive overload. These force your body to continuously adapt, build muscle, and burn calories even after you start working out. AKA, you could still hit a plateau when you're strength training, but that just means you need to change up the variation of the exercises. Maybe change up how you do progressive overload. Maybe it's more reps, maybe it's more weight. There's so many different great variations you can get with strength training that you may not necessarily get with cardio without burning out. Now, number two, muscle loss and metabolism. Excessive cardio, especially when it's the only form of exercise you're doing and it's not paired with strength training, can actually cause you to lose muscle mass. Now, this is actually a big deal because muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it burns calories just to exist. So the more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolic rate, or your RMR, is, and the number of calories you burn at rest. Now, here's why this matters, and here's coming from someone that has a lot of muscle. I actually burn a lot of calories at rest because I've got this muscle packed on my body. So I am able to eat a little bit more. I am able to work out a little bit less because I've been packing on muscle for over a decade. And here's why this matters. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down and you burn fewer calories throughout the day. So even if you're working hard in your cardio sessions, you're fighting against slower metabolism. Muscle loss doesn't just impact your caloric burn, it also changes the way your body looks. So losing weight without maintaining muscle is often what people see as the quote unquote skinny fat. And it's where the number on the scale is lower, but your body lacks that long, strong shape that you're trying to accomplish. And why does excessive cardio actually cause this? First and foremost, muscle breakdown for energy. When you do a lot of cardio without eating enough protein or adding in strength training, your body can start breaking down muscle for energy, especially when you're in a caloric deficit. This is also no stimulus for muscle growth. Strength training is what tells your body to keep and build muscle. Without that signal, your body prioritizes efficiency for cardio and lets go of what it sees as extra muscle. And then we think of cortisol and stress. Excessive cardio can spike cortisol, your body's stress hormone. Chronically elevated cortisol can lead to muscle breakdown and make fat loss more difficult, especially around your midsection. So, why is muscle your BFF for fat loss? So as you know, muscle is your BFF for fat loss. And here's why. More muscle equals more calories burned. Remember, I told you you've got a lot of lean muscle on this body. I'm just sitting here burning calories. I'm also a big fidgeter, so that helps with NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So calories are always burning. But even when you're just sitting on the couch and chilling, your muscle's working for you. A pound of muscle burns slightly more calories than a pound of fat. That's just how it goes. So pack on those muscles. So the afterburn effect. Strength training creates a powerful afterburn effect called EPOC. Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, where you keep burning calories for hours and hours after you work out. Excessive cardio does not deliver the same benefits. I mean, if you're going to get anything from this episode right now, know that when you strength train, you are burning so much more calories after the workout. So the workout's awesome. I want you to do the workout. But what about the other 24 hours after that workout? Your muscles are working for you. Cardio does not deliver that same benefit. You also, obviously muscle is your BFF because you get this sculpted lean look. I mean, building and maintaining muscle is what gets you that body that you're really trying to get. Cardio alone will not shape your body the way lifting does. I'm going to say that again. Cardio alone will not shape your body the way lifting weights does. I'm telling you right now, lifting weights is going to give you the body that you desire. Now, instead of burning fat, excessive cardio can put your body into a cycle of muscle loss, potentially slower metabolism, fewer calories burned, and then frustration when you hit that plateau or your fat loss actually stalls. If you want a stronger, leaner body and metabolism that works with you, you have to prioritize strength training. You'll burn more calories, lose fat more effectively, and build the body you want, not the body cardio leaves you with. Now, and this is purely aesthetics right now that we're talking about today. Purely aesthetics. Obviously, there are hundreds of other benefits of why strength training is so important, especially as you age. But purely aesthetically, strength training is going to get you the body you want instead of just doing cardio. But again, you can do both. Just prioritize strength training. Okay, number 3, increased hunger and overcompensation. One of the sneakiest ways that excessive cardio can derail your fat loss goals is by increasing your hunger. So, cardio burns calories, sure, but it also depletes your body's energy stores, leaving you craving food that you need to refuel. This is your body's natural survival mechanism, and it doesn't want to run on empty. So, it signals hunger and restores balance. Now, I definitely felt a lot hungrier when I started getting to heavy strength training as well. But remember that thermic effect of food, TEF, and that afterburn effect, EPOC, actually has those calories burning after the cardio or after the strength training session. So here's where things can sometimes go sideways when it comes to excessive cardio. You are maybe subconsciously overeating. After an intense cardio session, you might feel like you've quote unquote earned your food. Don't love to use that at all, but it's easy to underestimate how much food you're eating, especially when you're craving these maybe calorie dense foods to replenish the energy you burned. Now, for example, let's say you just burned 400 calories on the treadmill, but then you grab a protein smoothie with oats, banana, peanut butter, and honey afterwards. So we have this subconscious overeating when it comes to this excessive cardio. After an intense cardio session, you might feel like you quote unquote earned that post workout snack or treat. Don't love to say that you earned food, but a lot of times that's what people might say, like, I worked so hard, so I earned XYZ. And this is really easy to underestimate how much food you're eating. Like maybe you're just going for a protein smoothie and you get some peanut butter and banana and honey and so much stuff you put in it. And then all of a sudden it's like this 500 or 600 calorie smoothie. You could also have cardio compensation, which is just excessive cardio that creates a spike in hunger hormones, which make you feel hungrier than usual, combined with the drop of leptin that you're primed to actually eat more. This often leads to overeating at meals and reaching for snacks throughout the day because your body is just begging for this fuel. And then again, when we look at this as a reward mentality, there's this physiological aspect to it as well. After like a really intense cardio session, you might unconsciously feel like you deserve some more food because you just worked so hard. I ran 5 miles. I can go have anything I want for brunch. But here's the thing, remember, cardio does not burn as many calories as we think, and that high calorie reward could honestly erase that deficit that you've been working super hard for. I remember being in HIIT classes for years, and we would go to these classes on Saturday morning and then go have this massive brunch afterwards and drink mimosas or Bloody Marys because we felt like we earned it, but it was like making us feel terrible afterwards. And then you have this like massive energy depletion after the workout. Then you eat all this food and then you feel super tired and groggy the rest of the day. It was just this like constant cycle. And the alcohol absolutely did not help that. So, how this actually works against you. Now, if your goal is fat loss, you need to create a calorie deficit. An excessive cardio can increase your hunger to the point that you unknowingly eat back all those burned calories, putting you right at maintenance or potentially in a surplus. So, why does this matter? Excessive cardio can be a really frustrating cycle. You feel like you're working so hard. I mean, those classes I was telling you about, HIIT classes, you're working so hard for those 60 minutes. and you're not seeing the results that you want. And it's not because you're failing or you're not trying hard enough. It's because this cardio-driven hunger and overeating are honestly just sabotaging your deficit and also sabotaging how you feel. Typically, when you eat more higher calorie food, you want more of them as well. And here's the bottom line: more cardio will leave you hungrier, which makes it easy to overeat and cancel out your hard work. So instead of spinning your wheels on the treadmill, shift your focus on smart and balanced training with strength training, strategic cardio, and proper nutrition. It's the key to build strong, badass body that you want. And again, if we are talking about these aesthetics with this goal in mind of building lean muscle and boosting your metabolism, strength training helps you do that. It helps you build muscle, increases your resting metabolic heart rate, which is those calories that you burn at rest. And then if you think about it, muscle is actually a calorie burning machine. The more you have, the more you burn, even when I'm sitting here talking to you on a podcast, even when you're sitting reading or watching Netflix. If you've got muscle, you're burning them. So I know what you're thinking. Again, this podcast is not to steer you away from never doing cardio again. This is not an anti-cardio podcast. I don't do a ton of cardio, but if I'm going to do some cardio, I'll do some conditioning with a class, and it'll just be for fun once or twice a week. I also walk all the time. That is like my big cardio. But I am not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you not to only do it. So I know what you're thinking. Should you do any cardio? Here's what you need to know. These are my suggestions as a personal trainer for over 12 years. I've worked with thousands of women all over the world, in person and online. Cardio has its place. It has its place. It's great for heart health, endurance, and overall movement, but it should complement your strength training, not replace it. Again, not anti-cardio. I'm anti-cardio is the only way. Now, if we think about the ideal balance is 3 to 4 times a week of strength training to build and maintain muscle. Really easy way to do that. Join Broads. We have strength and mobility plans 2, 3, and 4 times a week. You can do them at home or the gym. Super easy to follow. Cardio, 1 to 2 times a week. This can be so simple, you guys. People are always like, oh, what is your cardio? What do you do for cardio? Like the classes that I take are more just for fun to be around people. But honestly, most of the classes that I do, I'm on a skier, I'm on a rowing machine, or I'm on a bike for 30 minutes. And I just do interval trainings. And it's usually a minute on or 30 seconds on and a minute or so off. And we just do that for about 30 minutes. Maybe a run around the block is in there, maybe some kettlebell swings, maybe, unfortunately, some burpees. You can also do walking, cycling, anything moderate intensity. It does not have to be the HIIT style training that I was just talking about just now. It does not have to be super intense. 20 to 30 minutes is also perfect for your cardio. You're overthinking it if you're always looking for extra. What is cardio? Find cardio that works for you. I have such a great group of women that love to run in Broads. I have a group of women that love spin classes. They love to do kickboxing. They love to dance. Those are all their forms of cardio. So they are doing what they enjoy outside of the strength that we're putting in the gym. So at the end of the day, progressive overload and consistent strength training is what will change your body, not doing more cardio. And then as a total side note to this, with the balance of strength training 3 to 4 times a week, cardio 1 to 2 times a week, fueling your body is so necessary to see optimal results. And what does that specifically look like? 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per body weight. And I'll always give the caveat to this. I weigh around 145 grams. My goal, 145 grams. Well, that's what my goal is per day, but 145 pounds. That's about 67-ish kilos. But I'm looking at pounds when I'm trying to get my protein in per day. My goal is 145. And you might hear that and you'd be like, oh my God, I'm nowhere near that. Cool. Find your starting point and then gradually increase by 10 grams every week until you get, maybe every couple weeks, until you get to that goal 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight. The combination of those 3 things, you guys, is massive. It is massive to find that ideal balance. Strength training 3 times a week, cardio 1 to 2 times a week of your choice, and fueling yourself, hitting that 1 gram per 1 pound of body fat. Those are huge. Of course, sleep is super necessary, water is super necessary, steps, but like those 3, if you can just focus on those 3 things, Q1, and then add in some other stuff Q2, I'm telling you, you will be your body's gonna be banging and you're gonna feel so good. Okay, let's dive into some other questions that I'll get asked whenever I talk about cardio. First one, what if I love cardio? Great. I love that you love cardio. I used to love it too. And then I realized I didn't actually. I mean, I enjoy the sweat. I enjoy working hard. I enjoy the competitive edge of it. But I didn't enjoy always feeling that's all I had to do. That's all I was doing to get this to feel better in my body when I was constantly feeling shitty. It wasn't even about body recomp for me. It was just like I just wanted to feel better in general. I just wanted to feel better. And that constant cardio did not make me feel better. So if you love cardio, fuck yeah, keep doing it. I love when people love to do things. I'm not going to take away anything that you enjoy, but we have to focus on balance. Strength train first and then cardio later. We've got to prioritize that recovery as well. So if you're a cardio bunny, like I used to be, 5, 6 times a week of HIIT classes, 7 times a week sometimes, maybe twice a day, just start to peel back a little bit. Maybe you do 3 or 4 cardio and then add in 1 or 2 strength training. And you do that for like a couple months and you're like, oh shit, I'm actually getting super strong, but I don't feel as recovered because I'm doing too much cardio. That is a really easy switch to be like, okay, let me do 2 to 3 times a week of strength training and then go down to like 2 to 3 of HIIT or cardio. You can easily balance this over time, but I promise you're going to see these crazy results once you get to a place where strength training is your main focus and you are balancing in the cardio that you enjoy. Here's another question I get asked all the time. Will I bulk up with weight training and strength training? Now, every time I hear this question, when I heard this question before, I would kind of get angry and I'd be like, oh my gosh, you think that this body or, the muscles that you create happens overnight? Like, no fucking way. I worked so hard for this body. And now I'm just like, the answer is no. And you'll figure that out really, really quickly. Building muscle, especially the amount that some of the people you see online have, take so much time. It takes so much effort. I mean, and bulky is very subjective, right? Some people might think that I'm bulky, and some people might think that Arnold Schwarzenegger is bulky. Like it could be this very wide range, but it's not something that happens overnight. It is something that takes time and effort. And again, if you're fueling yourself and you're always in that calorie surplus, you're going to look like or think that you're actually bulking up, but you're not. You are not. You are going to look leaner and stronger and feel so fucking strong. And that's what's really the most important. Here's another question. What about calorie burn? Isn't cardio the best way to burn calories? While cardio burns calories during your workout, strength training has a longer lasting effect. It builds muscle, which helps you burn more calories at rest. Sitting here on this couch, talking to you via this badass podcast, I am burning more calories at rest because of the muscle that I have in my body. Plus, lifting weights creates an afterburn effect. It's EPOC, meaning you continuously burn calories hours after you work out. You don't really understand how much muscle on your body actually affects your daily life until you start strength training consistently 2 to 4 times a week for at least 3 months. At least, I'd say 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And then you step back and look at the broader picture of what it actually did to your body, to your sleep, to your mind, to how you move throughout the day, to how you feel, to how your relationships. I mean, it is endless. It is endless. But so much of this is believing in this mindset shift that strength training is queen. Listen, I could talk about this all day, every day. Strength training has changed my life and saved me and saved so many of my clients and has been the most incredible journey for everyone that touches a dumbbell or a kettlebell or barbell or any machine in their life. So if you are ready to stop wasting time by doing endless amount of cardio, you are ready to get off the elliptical and the treadmill with hours of cardio and want help on building a plan that actually works, you can build the body you want in 2025. I got you. Check out my workout app, Broads. We focus on lifting heavy, feeling great, and taking up space to be this badass woman that we are. It really is the ultimate strength training app. It's for women who want to build muscle, increase mobility, and stay injury-free, which is a huge value add in strength training as well. With expertly designed workouts that prioritize strength and flexibility, Broads helps you feel powerful and agile. And you can choose from 3 different membership tiers. We have Broads Club for structured group program. We have Broads Coach for personal coaching and Broads Champion for a fully customized holistic wellness journey. Now, as a recap, more cardio does not equal more fat loss. So here's what I want you to take away from today. More cardio does not equal more fat loss because your body adapts to the cardio that you do. Because when you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down. Because you may have increased hunger and overcompensate how much calories you're eating. And because strength training is the optimal way to change the way your body looks. So here are your 3 action steps today, right now. Write these down. Strength train 2 to 4 times a week moving forward. That is your goal. Eating enough protein. Remember that 1 gram to 1 pound of body fat. But again, check to see where you're at to see how much you can add over time. And then use cardio strategically. So 1 to 2 times a week. Remember, your cardio of choice does not have to be anything super intensive. And just to end this conversation with, you do not need to punish yourself with endless cardio. You do not need to punish yourself with what you ate over the holidays or what you look like. You should never, ever, ever use exercise as a form of punishment. It's all about just working smarter. It's not harder, right? We're working way smarter when we're in our strength training journey. And I promise you are going to feel so much stronger and more confident in yourself and in your body. But you have to get past that first hump of actually getting in there and getting started and being super consistent. So please do that for me today. And I can't wait to see what you got out of this episode. And if I changed your mind, thanks for joining.